Hey there, I'm Sarah. Today I'm visiting the Home Depot and I have never been to this location. This is Mission Propagation. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm going to tell you up front that I found 2 new trial collection plants today, y'all. Yay! So we've got the Proven Winners Leaf Joy Little plants right out the gate. And they had some small staghorn ferns in the jute hanging baskets. They're really cute. And I love the feathery leaves of the asparagus ethereal fern. It's really cute. So wispy. There were some huge monsteras for $39.98. And then the Feeling Flirty Tradescantias were blooming, and that's me explaining to my husband how exciting it is to see those blooms, because I love flowers. It's a big deal. And he didn't mind. And he didn't mind me getting all nerdy about it. I've been looking for an Alocasia Mellow. I haven't seen one in a few months, but there have been plenty of Alocasia Bismas. And I found one that looks pretty eaten up. And I insisted on showing my plant student, aka my husband, that these leaves have a really nice texture compared to the Alocasia Jungle Music. So I really do like the silvery leaves of the Bisma, but I don't need it. They did have plenty of Philodendron billetiae. Proven Winners is calling it the orange smooth philodendron, and I do really like the longer leaves and the orange petioles. They had some nice hanging baskets of Enjoy pothos and some more staghorn ferns. And then the larger floor plants, they looked a little beat up. Look at that one, that Alocasia. But they did have some really nice large floor plants. There were plenty of Leaf Joy HTO collection. I'm not sure which Aglaonema this is, but I liked that leaf. It's really pretty. And of course they had anthuriums with those nice flowers, and the Bold Bells Black Mamba Begonia. I actually have this one, and I love the hairy edges of the dark leaves. And I also saw it flowering in another area. Yeah, plenty of water props, plenty of terrariums. These flowers are so cute. And I also noticed the Alocasia Frydek, Mythic Frydek. They're so velvety and green with that lime veining. These pots were a really good size. They were really big and lush. So gorgeous. Lots of new growth. It made me wonder how many plants are in each pot, because they were so full and happy. I looked for spider mites. I didn't see any. Just a beautiful plant, period. And of course they were beside some Monstera deliciosas. Always a classic choice. This new leaf caught my attention. That philodendron. Then they had some ficus and a trial collection sighting. This is the first one. This is the Dracaena Bananacle Lemon Surprise. The marketing name is kind of cute. The banana is a nod to the yellow in the leaves, but I also wonder if it could be a nod to the curved shape of the leaves themselves. I don't know. The inner variegation is definitely more white cream versus yellow. And the green isn't neon at all, it's very green. I decided that I needed to do a side-by-side comparison between the bananacle and the lemon lime. But first, my second trial collection sighting. And this is the Quinervia. Very green, very glossy leaves. There was one that had a bit of sun stressing, but is it worth it? Should I get it? It was $19.99. I stopped in my tracks, consulted Doug Chamberlain's vlog, and this beauty, let's just say I said yes to the Hoya. Apparently it really likes to bloom, and I'm all about that. I'm all about the blooms. And quinquenervia means five-veined, so the name is very literal. Yeah, such a nice Hoya, and yeah, 1998. I went ahead and got it for myself. All you Leaf Joy Littles, you're still great. I hope someone picks you and takes care of you and that you're able to bloom one day. They had all the regulars, all the classics, a very healthy supply, and they're very organized. I appreciated that. Lots of Photonia, and there was little peperomias on the side. Here's some Dracaenas, really nice, healthy specimens. I do like the Dracaenas that have the golden pothos at the base. I think those are really pretty. I don't really know what was up with these plants being so spaced out. It was kind of weird, but there's a Monstera Peru. Very pretty variegation on those nice hardy leaves. Some more larger plants. All the classics. They had plenty of large floor plants. I loved seeing that. Sometimes it's nice to get just a big plant, so you don't have to wait. That's for the impatient people. I'm kind of impatient that way. I do have a lot of plants I started from cuttings, but I also have some that I bought on the larger side. They had lots of calatheas. And then this Scindapsus, I've been seeing it. It's called the Java Platinum. I'm going to look at it again when I go into the store, but those leaves are really, really pretty. I like them. So we're inside now. This is the first rack. We have the Christmas cactuses, some Kalanchoe blooming. Here is the lemon lime. Here's another Java Platinum Scindapsus. Plenty of Aglaonema, some Pink Princess. I wanted to check out the little plants, see if I saw anything new. They did have the coffee plants. They have those. I hadn't seen those in a while, so I guess maybe this came in with the new shipment. I wonder how fast these coffee plants grow. And then, of course, they had the Desert Escapes, Costa Farms, little cacti. I didn't get the names of all of these, but I wish I had. I actually went to Costa Farms, their website, to try to look at a list of all the different cacti, and I couldn't even find a list. I probably needed to look harder. But yeah, they're just really cool. I know they came out with some last year, and I never saw a display. So if y'all see that this isn't really a new thing to y'all, it's new to me because I hadn't really seen a display like this last year. But yeah, there's so much variety. I didn't see another variegated moon cacti, but like this one, I think is it the Bishop's Cap? I've seen larger ones in at the botanical garden here in San Antonio, and it's such a nice one. I like the pattern on this one. Yeah, they're so cute and small. They don't take up a lot of room. There's a bromeliad, the nice magenta striping. They had some hanging baskets I wanted to check out. More floor plants, more water props, more terrariums. Here is the jungle music. Those looked really, really sad. They're really floppy, so that's why I didn't stop and really look at them. See that? Yeah, I bet they're about to get a shipment because it was kind of scarce with the hanging baskets. Not to say that it was a horrible selection, but it was not anything that I was looking for in particular. I mean, they weren't dead, so that's good. There was a Hoya Chelsea. My Hoya Chelsea, I went ahead and took cuttings. I have some cuttings rooting and trying to root and pond now. I tossed it all out. Where's the other side? More water propagations. There was an Aglaonema that I thought was very beautiful. It had a longer leaf. And so I was trying to look and see what this longer leaf was, but I couldn't find any information on it. But I like that silver aglaonema with the thinner leaf. I thought that was cool. I'm pointing to my plant student, aka my husband, that these guys are flowering. I've been noticing that every time I see a parlor palm. So let's grab the lemon lime Dracaena and let's go do a side-by-side comparison. I think y'all deserve to see it. I know I wanted to see it. Do you see the difference? So this is the trial collection, the Botanical. And you can tell that it's more yellow and the leaves are more curved. And you can really tell the white variegation. Now I switched them around. Can you still tell which one is which? Yeah, the Botanical is pretty cool. I like that Dracaena. And I was so happy. What a good plant browsing day to find 2 trial collections. What do y'all think? I hope you enjoy all the planty things. Thanks for watching. Bye.